Hello again. So we talked about equations and expressions. I showed you how to graph. There's one thing that I forgot to mention earlier, and it's very, very important, and that is order of operations. Order of operations, or people call it PEDMIS, others call it BEDMIS. Either or is the same. All right, either or is the same. The P and the B stand for the same thing. P stands for parenthesis and B stands for brackets. When they're talking about brackets or parentheses, they're talking about, those things that look like this. And when you have a question that has brackets or parentheses in them, it means you do that operation right now, right? E stands for exponents, D and M stand for division and multiplication, A stands for addition, and S stands for subtraction. So this tells you where to start. The thing is, what it doesn't say is it says division and multiplication from left to right. So if you have a division before multiplication, you're supposed to do that division first. If you have a multiplication before a division, you're supposed to do that first. If you have a subtraction before an addition, then you do that first, and so on and so forth. Anyways, there's plenty of other videos about this, but we're gonna quickly take a look at this equation here, and it's a two operation equation. 2x take away y is equal, or 2x take away 1 is equal to y. And we have the table here. The table tells us what x is. X is 1, so we're going to replace x here. All right, so we're going to replace x with 1. So 2, and when they're close together, that means multiply. 2 times 1, and subtract 1 is equal to y. All right, so what's 2 times 1? Well, 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 1 is 2, and we have 1. Or take away 1, and that's equal to y. So what is y equal to? Well, y is equal to 1. So anytime x is 1, y will also be 1. All right? That's what that's saying. Now we keep going down in our table. Now it says x is 2. All right, if x is 2, we go 2 times 2, take away 1 is equal to y. I wish I could, well, what is y equal to? Well, I wish I could just be like, can anyone tell me the rest of the numbers? I'm sure people will catch on really, really quickly. Anyways, 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 take away 1 is equal to y. Oh, what's 4 take away 1? 4 take away 1 is 3. So that means y is equal to 3. Anytime 2 is, or x is 2, y will be 3, according to this equation anyways. And again, we're starting to see that pattern, but before we can keep going, we need to be sure. Always be sure, all right? So we replace x with 3 in our equation. 2 times 3 take away 1 is equal to y. We're trying to figure out what y is so it can go into our table. 2 times 3 is 6. And we do it first. Again, we do the multiplication first because the multiplication showed up first. 6 take away 1. Or because of PEDMIS, division and multiplication first before addition and subtraction. 6 take away 1 is 5. All right. 3, every time x is 3 in this equation, y will be 5. We can see that we have a pattern going here. We're going up by 1s here in the x's, but in the y's, we're going up by 2. We start at 1 and we go up by 2. So we add 2. 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus 2 is 7. 7 plus 2 is 9. And then the next one, if we wanted to keep going, 11 when x is 6. Okay, our next task then would to be to graph this linear equation. All right, so here we have a graph. Remember, x, we're going left and right, but in this case, we're staying in the first quadrant. And y is up or down, right? Volleyball, vertical. Anyways, so on the x-axis, we can mark, well, this is 0 on the x and y. It's our origin. It's our origin. So each time we go this way, or on the x-axis, we'll go up by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? But when we go up on the y-axis, remember, we were going up by 2, right? So 1, we're going up by 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. And even though we didn't get any further than that, we can keep our pattern going because we're going up by 2. 11 plus 2 is 13, 15, 17, and 19, right? So when x was 1, right, y was 1. So we put our dot here. When x was 2, y was 3. When x was 3, y was 5. When x was 4, y was 7. And we see the pattern. Keep going. Keep going. Right? We made it up to 6. If x was 6, y would be 11. Well then, if x was 7, y would be 13. If x was 9, y would be 8, y would be 15. If x was 9, y would be 17. If x was 10, y would be 19. So we can see the pattern again. Bless me. Anyways, and with that, knowing that, we can see, project what's going to be next. That is the cool thing about linear expressions, is we can see the pattern, right? If x was 11, y would be 21. Okay. Remember, if you have any questions at all, please feel free to get a hold of me at the school or at on my personal cell phone, Facebook Messenger. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you.